guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Melody and welcome to my channel. So today we're actually doing a bit of a different video. I've decided that I want to do some kind of series on my channel as well. I want to do some sit down videos with you guys rather than just the vlogs. I love watching a vlog, but I also do like watching you know, some sit down talky videos where I get to also know the person that I'm watching. And I guess I wanted to start doing that as well for anyone that wants to get to know me a little bit as well. Today is actually the 4th of Jan and I am just finishing up my vision board, and I decided to create a series called the Soft Life series. So I'm not at this moment in time too sure about how many episodes I want this series to be, but I know that I want it to be about, you know, how I, as a 24-year-old, soon 25 next month, you know, I'm just really in my, and abundantly in my soft life era. Just, you know, accepting things that only make me flourish. And sorry, as I'm actually filming this, I just feel a bit like shy, and I don't know why, because you know, if you're my friend, you definitely know that I say this to you all the time, or that we've spoken about this and how I want to stay in a certain type of mentality moving forward and things like that. But I guess like recording it is a bit different, but essentially just ways that I have implemented in 2025 that I will be continuing in 2026 to just keep myself, you know, moving forward and in a state, in a presence of abundance and increase and transformation, in the best way, stepping into the young woman that I want to be, but also the young woman that God wants me to be. So I am a Christian, love the Lord, my Lord and Savior. So yeah, just kind of, I will just be telling you guys, I guess, some ways that I will be continuing to do that whilst I finish off my vision board. So I just thought we could do this together. Let's get started. So yeah, first episode of Soft Life Diaries, where I sit down with you guys and you guys could get to know me, Melody, a little bit better. Number one, before I get started on my vision board, actually let me show you my vision board for 2025. Just like dismantled it, but all the pictures are still stuck together. This was my 2025 vision board. If you can see, I'll just kind of hold it in front of me. Yeah, there was a lot of travel, some maintenance type of things, so like just always showing up as a pretty girl, some prayer points, some keywords, healthy eating, spending time with friends, going out. This, I would say, maybe this is a bit cliche to say, I'm actually going to throw this on the floor now because I don't need it. Looking at this now, this was like the beginning of my soft lifeness. Last year in 2025, I turned 24. Sorry, my birthday's at the beginning of the year, so I kind of like always refer to the year as like that age. So yeah, me being 24, this 2025 vision board definitely did come to fruition. Yeah, and I'm just so thankful to God that I actually got to see some of these things. But now in 2026, if you see the pictures, it's like a step up. Like now we're just like, yeah. And now let's talk about some ways we are leveling up, guys, me and you. I was going to think of 10, but the others that wouldn't be on this, you can just kind of assume that they would be things to do with finances and some more fitness type of things. But I don't want to focus on those things because I do feel that everyone does have a personal journey in regards to those two topics in particular. And I'm not a finance YouTuber, guys. You guys come here for vibes and for girly chats. Like, I'm literally a pink loving girl. We're not talking about finances today. If you want me to talk about finances, we can do, but I'm trying to get my ones in order first. So anyway, number one, this is a strong one. This is probably is it the biggest? It's not the biggest. These are in no particular order. Well, one of the biggest ones I will say is definitely boundaries and peace. I am more than ever gonna be implementing this now and continuing this now in 2026. So what that means is having boundaries and actually sticking to them and not making excuses for anybody, you know, no matter the relationship. If I'm honest, you can give grace, and I do think I'm a very graceful person, but in the past it has definitely been taken for granted. So I am not going to be continuing that moving forward. And that is not, I think when we speak about boundaries, it's often always in regards to relationships. I definitely extend this to all parts of my life, friendships, relationships. I used to be someone that never wanted to say something if something had bothered me. Now I'm definitely going to let you know. That's not to say you always bring up, you pick your battles, of course, but definitely making sure that people are just aware that a line was crossed, that you weren't comfortable with being crossed or that shouldn't have been crossed, and just addressing that so they know for next time. Yeah, I need to stop using filler words as well. Maybe I should add that into my list of things to level up myself. Essentially, I just want to make sure that I have these boundaries, whatever they may look like, with whoever or whatever type of relationship, person this is to do with, and making sure that, you know, I am sticking to them no matter how it might hurt me. Essentially, if you don't have boundaries, you don't have anything. And people respect. If you respect yourself, friends and relationships, if you respect yourself, people will respect that and people will notice that. And I can definitely say I've seen that. It's going to look different for many people. However that might look like for you might be different to what it looks like for me. Can I think of an example? For example, in regards to relationships, if you are someone that knows, I don't, guys, I feel weird about opening up on YouTube, but it's not really opening up. It's okay. If you're someone in a relationship that knows that, you know, you can be super graceful, add a boundary, because people do notice that as well. I speak to myself as I'm saying that. The flags are red. They're not orange. They are literally either green or red. They are never in between. And I'm going to speak about guys. Guys know. Guys always know when they are testing something, testing a limit, a line, a boundary, just to see what is going to get accepted here. Be the strict girl. Be the one that doesn't let that run, doesn't let the opportunity for blurred lines to even be a question, a thought. It'll pay off. So yeah, that's one of my examples for boundaries. What would that look like for you guys? Maybe let me know if you have, like, if you want to share that. But definitely, having said that, I know that that will then come with peace. Peace in knowing that I did everything that was true to me, Melody, as a girl, as a woman, as a young woman, and how I want to be. So I'm not missing out on whatever, because yeah, this is what's true to me. So why would I shift that for you? So yeah, I think another one that kind of goes off the previous one nicely before we get into looking at some of my vision board pictures is not dwelling and stopping the familiarity of sadness. For example, this one I would say is more to do with relationships, but not dwelling. Actually, it can go with anything, because you can have very bad friendship breakups as well, or friendship situations as well. Just stopping the dwelling in the sense that you are allowed to feel sad. Trust me, I let myself feel sad 110%, but over the last year, I've definitely realized that I cannot stay in this state. It's not healthy. You often see, you know, people say, you know, depression room, or like they do this or they turn into this when they're in that kind of sad state. For me, I don't like what that looks like for my routine. Suddenly my routine is all over the place, my room is all over the place, my mind is all over the place, my eating is all over the place, all because of a person. Not to say people don't affect you. People definitely affect you. People 110% affect you, but don't let it affect you for forever. So I've definitely started to turn to God, just removing that, like, sadness, anxiety, depression, all of those heavy words, you know, just to take them away, and or just to help me ease into getting out of this state. I'll definitely, you know, let myself dwell in a state of, you know, a grey cloud over me, but not forever anymore, because it's not healthy. And I don't want to be like that, basically. I don't want to be like that forever. So the familiarity of sadness as well is something that I do think that we all find comfort in the sense that, if actually maybe not all of us, let me not speak on you guys could be better than me, but in the sense that, you know, if you have found yourself let down often, or some, I don't know. Am I making sense, guys? If you find yourself to be, a person that is let down often, or things seem to always happen to you, or not to say this is for me, but there's aspects of the familiarity of sadness that I do relate to, in the sense that you're just like, you know what, yeah, I'm just not gonna do anything this week. You just become accustomed to that. And that's definitely something I just want to stop this year, 100%. So, but yeah, just kind of stopping that and just making sure that you do give yourself the day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3, but definitely not the week. Definitely not the week. Oh, yeah. Let me show you some, of my pictures. Number one, we'll start with this one, which I think is super relevant. It says Jesus is King. A big thing for me is definitely keeping God at the center of everything, remembering to just give praise and just like be thankful and just keep him at the center of my decision making. As hard as that can be sometimes to, I guess, I don't want to say hard actually, but I guess to remember that you need to just maybe just have a sit down and just ask, what do you think about this, or like guide me through this. Acknowledging him in every decision is what I'm really trying to do. I also have a load of verses as well. So this one is from 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 5. I have heard your prayers, I've seen your tears, I will heal you. So I really like this one because it's never gonna, no day is ever going to be perfect, and no week is ever going to be perfect, and we I will go through ups and I will go through downs, but no matter what, I know that God will take me out of it, because I've seen how he's taken me out of several situations. Another one that I love Psalms 91. It's a protection psalm. So I actually read this every day, every single day. I read quite a few verses a day, but this one is without question always in there, and it's in all of my social media bios, I think. This one is from verse 11. For he will put his angels in charge of you to guard you in all your ways. Wherever I go, I know I'll be protected. Wherever I'll always be at the right place, in the right place at the right time. I put it on my social media handles as a way to also like ensure that my digital life is also protected, and I don't have. Yeah, I don't know if this is making sense, guys. I also just put it in my bios and stuff, just to make sure my digital life is also protected. Another verse that I have is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you future and a hope. So yeah, you kind of get the gist, guys. I have Romans 8:18. The pain you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that is coming. Now these pictures lead on to my next theme, which is my Bible and God. So I really want to, as I said, put God at the center of everything, and definitely getting more into my Bible this year. I really do want to finish reading my Bible. I want to continue to have that dedicated time with the Lord. I want to continue to make sure that I am not skipping that. I make time for the gym. I go to work. I make time for my friends. I make time to go eat. I make time to do my makeup and look pretty. I can make time to sit with the Lord. Just making sure that I am really, really present. And because with that will lead, spiritual growth, and also, just making sure that I'm pouring into that relationship a lot more. My friend Chelsea, the church were doing a fast a couple of weeks ago before Christmas, and she asked me, do I want to do a fast? Because we always talk about God and our relationship with him, and how we can level up as young women in terms of God, and being obedient and listen to instructions, because disobedience can set you back in ways you didn't really imagine, and things like that. And anyway, we did this fast, and the theme of the fast was actually returning to your first love. I'm going to try find the verse that was the focus of the fast, but essentially it was returning to your first love being God. So making sure that we are making time to be in alignment with him, to see what he has in store for us, to see what he wants us to fulfill, to see what the path he's created for us is. It was kind of crazy that that was the theme of the fast, and that had been something that was on my mind to return to and to really make sure that I am putting effort into and things like that. Okay guys, I can't find it, and I left the WhatsApp group, so I can't see the prayer points anymore. The next way that I'm leveling up my life in 2026, I'm gonna do 2 in 1. These were 2 separate points, but I'm gonna just merge them together. Maintenance and also fitness. Maintenance being kind of links to showing up as my best self, in the sense that I'm showing up in a way that I feel super confident. If I look good, I feel good. That is always been the case with me, and I want to make sure that, you know, I'm implementing this in my life as much as possible. Keep my nails done, my nails or my lashes, my toes are always done. It just makes you feel super girly, you know. My your hair done, you know. I just want to make sure that this year I really step into just making sure that I'm always just super cutesy, super feminine, super girly, having my things done. It's definitely in my budget, so thanks to the Lord, so I can definitely be doing it. And I have just some pictures to kind of reflect that. I actually didn't print that many maintenance pictures, so oh well. I kind of did have some in my old one, but I don't want to reuse the pictures because we're shedding those. One being like getting my hair done, and yeah, just wherever possible, you know. Even if I don't have, like, you don't need a reason all the time to do these things, just do it for yourself. And I really want to embody that, you know. Like, I've been blessed to be able to, you know, be able to do that, you know. Like, I'm grateful for the ability to do, so why not do it? So yeah. And then my second one was fitness. So fitness. I love talking about fitness so much. Aside of the, you know, the physical benefits, mentally, it's probably been one of the best things that I have done for myself. I've been on a fitness journey. I don't even want to call it that. Sorry, let's not even call it that before people come and hold me accountable. But I've been, you know, into fitness for a good, I want to say, since 2024. And it's just been great. Obviously, there has been ups and downs. Sorry, I've got pins and needles, guys. It's been up, it's been down. I have stopped, I have started, but currently I am on a good streak. On a very, very good streak. I just love fitness, and it's definitely something that has helped me mentally so much. I really, really like having a routine with the gym. Don't get me wrong, there's days you don't want to go, days that I don't want to go, days that I just want to stay in bed or I don't care. But the whole following the plan, not the mood saying could not be truer. Having that discipline, this is definitely one of my keywords for the year. I know what I want to achieve as far as my, you know, physical looks, so I need the discipline to keep going. Obviously your body is only really 20% built in the gym, but the rest is obviously your diet and stuff. But, you know, having that discipline to move my body and to be active and to, you know, just, yeah. Something I started in 2025 was Pilates, and I fell in love with Pilates after the first session. I didn't know how much I would like it at all, so it's definitely something that I will be continuing this year. Let me show you the picture that I have. I love a good Pilates studio. I love a pretty Pilates session. I actually do 2 types. I think I've told you guys this in a previous vlog, but I do Pilates in the sense, you know, of a slow core focus type of movement, and like an actual Pilates studio once a week, sometimes twice. I do one Pilates and then one strength reformer class, which is more focused on, you know, a faster movement with dumbbells as well, and we use the ring. Since September I have been working out on average a good 4 times a week, a good like 100%, always doing both of my classes and at least 2 gym sessions. But since December I have been doing my 6 times a week, so it's definitely something that I want to continue this year. We have 2 more points left, but before we do those, I just thought I would show you guys a couple more vision board pictures. This was actually my background for a long time on my phone, and it says, I'm doing this for me. Kind of linking to our first point about boundaries and peace. Another affirmation I have several affirmations. It's your year. Nothing is out of my league. Everywhere I go, I prosper in Jesus' name. What else do I have? I have a lot of keywords. Let me show you some keywords. I'm basically showing you guys my whole vision board. We're going to stop there. Sorry. We're not going to give any more away. You saw half my vision board. Never mind. Our last 2 points of how I'm leveling up myself in 2026. I'm going to join the two together again. Number 1, romanticizing everything. And number 2, wish list checks. I have a wish list, and yeah, I make it a point to try and check this off as often as possible. Some things are a little bit spenny, some things are definitely things that I don't want to get myself. Having said that, I'm going to start just romanticizing, making a purchase every now and then. No one said be crazy, no one said go bite off more than you can chew, but definitely just treat yourself and romanticize having checked something off that you wanted for ages. I think we do live in an era of consumerism, so not feeding into that, but if it's something that you have wanted and you are able to take it off or delete the screenshot that's been on your camera roll, then that feels good, and acknowledging that feels good, and just being happy that you're able to do that for yourself, and it's something that made you happy. I've never really been someone to deny myself of anything, if I'm being completely honest, so I don't know why I've added that there, because I think I do that anyway, but it's definitely something I want to continue doing, and I thought I would share it because you shouldn't feel guilty in spending. If you are someone that likes to be a bit quote unquote frugal, I think you should definitely treat yourself. There is a certain joy that comes with a nice treat. Like I said, I'm not encouraging a shopping spree that you can't afford. I'm not your accountant, but if you want it, get it. Especially if you've been having a week, if you've been super consistent with the gym, if you've achieved a goal, do it. Why not? Get yourself that £40 foundation. Get yourself that new wig. Sorry, can we talk about the price? Actually, let's not talk about the price of maintenance these days. But yeah, guys, having said that, that is the last of the ways that I'll be leveling up my life, my soft girl life in 2026. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought. Perhaps give me a sneak peek of your vision board. And I hope you liked my first episode of Soft Life Diaries. If you have any ideas for me about what else you would want to know about me for this series, let me know. I do plan on doing perhaps an episode a month. Maybe I'll do a Valentine's one for next month, seeing as it's February next month. We'll go from there, ciao. We'll go from there. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next vlog.